Hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
As always, good
I'm the
people, welcome to
greatest.
another episode of the Bruce Lee Roy Bar Report, episode 11 to be exact, man. And we have the one, the only Marty York in the building, man. It's much appreciated that
What's
you're on the
up? What's
show
up?
for
How
sure.
you guys
Uh,
doing?
Absolutely, for people of my age or for people younger than me, they might not know who Marty York is. So we always start with the backstory, what you do, this, that, and the other. Just to give a people any like I said, anybody that doesn't know, and of course the people that do know who you are, just a kind of story on yourself.
Yeah, so sorry, pardon my voice, everyone. By the way, I got a little, cold. I was in Kansas City over the weekend. It's a lot colder than Cali, so
Oh, yeah.
recovering from that. But I was one of the stars. Well, I mean, I did a lot of stuff in the '90s. I was a guest star on Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, a lot of '90s cartoons. Hey Arnold, Doug, Duckman, but I mean, most notably, probably The Sandlot is what people know me for, playing. Yeah, yeah,
That's dope, man, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and it's cool. That was what 93 that Sandlot came out around that time.
'93.
Yeah,
Yeah, shot
that's
that
yeah, a
'93.
little bit ago. That'll be what 30 years and next year.
Next year. Yeah, we're
Oh,
gonna have our 30-year anniversary. The 25-year anniversary was crazy, man. We did every MLB stadium in the United States for the 25 year,
nice.
and it was crazy, man. We literally uh, like, for example, like Dodger Stadium.
Hmm.
We like went out in the field and took our positions like we took when we were in the movie. So,
Hmm.
I'm shortstop in Sandlot,
Nice.
and 60,000 people showed up to that game, and we got a standing
Oh,
ovation from 60,000 people. And we were, dude, like players were coming up to us and like shaking, like Matt Kemp stood next to us and was like, dude, you guys are the reason I played baseball.
man.
And like Justin Turner was like, yeah, on the road they call me Ham Porter, because he's a redhead. And
Oh yeah.
so dude, yeah, it's crazy, man. We did like all these stadiums and all these baseball teams, like the Yankees did like a scene from Sandlot. And I mean, the movie just turned into I mean, I don't think me and the guys really realized. We always knew Sandlot was like big after we did it. It's like bigger than now,
Yeah.
like than it ever was like after we did it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's taken on like a life of its own, man. Like when I travel around the United States, I go do about 15 or 20 signings a year, and I
Hmm.
see people with yeah yeah shirts and yeah yeah jerseys, and me and the guys on their shirts and Legends Never Die. And
Yeah.
I mean, Kobe Bryant, like every single interview, he would talk about like every 4th of July, he would watch Sandlot. That was like one of his favorite movies. And
Man.
actually, we're gonna try to go to Vanessa's house this 4th of July and
Oh, that's dope, man. That's cool.
watch the Sandlot with her and the kids, because I know they used to do that with Kobe every 4th of July. So
That's dope. I never knew, man. That's a great piece of a thing to know, man, and to have them still want to do that with you and celebrate Gigi and Kobe and um yeah, just carry that on, man. That's a dope story to know, man. That's cool for sure, for sure.
yeah, I got to send you
Um
that interview, man. You can put on your podcast. And I
yeah,
got all the Kobe interviews because he's my favorite player. So I got
absolutely, man. He see, I
yeah.
was I was Michael Jordan, but Kobe is the second coming. He was the closest to MJ, so it much respect to him for sure, man. Definitely. Um, so take us back to 93, man. Like you mentioned already, Sandlot, of course, one of the greatest baseball movies of all time. You mentioned Hey
Mhm.
Arnold, as well as Boy Meets World. Like I know you were in a couple episodes of Boy Meets World, correct? And maybe like one episode of
Yeah.
Hey Arnold where you were like the fifth grader, voice of the fifth grader or something
Yeah,
like
I did
that.
like almost the whole first season of Boy Meets World.
Oh, nice. For sure.
And it was cool because I actually reconnected with Ryder and Will, uh, who played Ryder played Sean, Corey's best friend, and then
Nice.
Will played Corey's brother, obviously. And I saw them at a signing. I was in where was I? I was in New Mexico,
Mhm.
and they were there, and they saw me. Like I didn't know if they were gonna like remember me from being on the show because that show went like 8 or 9 seasons or
Man,
something
yeah.
like that.
Longevity for
And like
sure.
Marty, and they right off the bat like recognized me, and they're like, "Damn, you got big, dude." So yeah, it was cool seeing them, man. And I then I saw them at the LA Comic Con again, and they're part of my. I just shot a documentary the end of last year on my life because life has been crazy. I don't know if you saw the documentary yet, but
Yeah, that was
was in
actually
a really bad car wreck. Yeah.
a question lead. That was going to
Oh,
be
go
the
ahead.
next question, but no, you go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, Boy Meets World and a lot of stuff in the '90s, and basically I just kept going after Sandlot.
Yeah.
Guest starring on all these TV shows. I was on Wings. I was on Sliders. I mean, I just had these big guest starring roles, and it was going like this till I got burnt out. Trying to juggle school, juggle the acting career, trying to juggle like my home life, and then got in a 60-mile-an-hour head-on collision when I was about 17.
Mm,
Basically crushed my legs. Had
sheesh.
to relearn to walk again. Well, was died on scene. Had to be revived. Uh, I mean, had to get blood transfusions from like 5, 6 different people, and after that, I just kind of got out of the business. I was just like, I was over it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, hey, we glad you're still around, man, to be able to inspire and motivate others, man. Because it's like you never know for sure, man. When it comes to stuff like that, and it's always good to, like you said, you were burnt out, but at the same time, man, you just it's good to take breaks, man, and reconnect with everything and just find yourself in a way again, and then you still act. I know to a certain extent. But I don't know if it's as much as back then, but I know you still that's still pretty much your career, correct? Like acting is pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I pretty much do it. Not as much as back then. I mean, back then it was like, I mean, I could make a living off of it.
Clockwork, clockwork.
Now it's not really like I can make a living off of it. Yeah. So it's like it's just getting back in the swing of things, and you know, I've done more commercials lately than anything else.
Okay, cool.
I mean, those you can't put on your resume, but yeah, commercials. And I'm playing like completely different roles now. I'm playing like the gym guy, the Guido, the Italian gangster, when I
But
was a kid, I was playing like the street. Well, I mean, kind of similar. I was playing like a street kid. I was playing
yeah,
like just playing different types of roles now.
correct, for sure, man. It's cool that you still do it, man. It's like, at some point it's you're not old at all to say, but at some point, it's gonna be probably more family time and this, that, and the other. So it's cool to see from what you
Mhm.
were maybe like 12, 13 when Sandlot was around. So like 30 plus
Yeah,
years, man. That's crazy.
yeah,
It's cool to
yeah. It's
see,
a long
man.
time.
For sure, man. Hey, it's great to see because you could easily like just have stopped and not done it anymore, but you just kept going. So it's cool to see, man. Like the guy from the Sandlot, the guy from this show, the guy like people know you, and man, and it's much recognition and much respect towards you, man, for sure. So
Yeah, I think I got the acting bug again when I was about, let's say, probably 31. I got the
okay,
acting bug again, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot again because I mean I've been working on jobs. I was like, I was in mortgage, the real estate business for God, almost 20 years, doing like
man,
mortgages and stuff like that. And it was cool, but it wasn't fulfilling to me. It was like, I was making good money, but it wasn't fulfilling to me. And
wasn't something you were doing that you
I
love.
always had that. There's always that piece of me inside that's a performer. And
Absolutely.
I just was like, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna give it a shot again, and started sending out my headshots and resumes, and found an agent again, and
Yeah,
so
yeah. Right back
started
to
back
it.
up, and yeah,
That's cool, man. That's cool. It's always good to see, man. When it
yeah.
comes down to it, you being an actor, man,
Mm-hmm.
who are your top five actors, dead or alive, that you would love to work with? If
Five dead or alive that I love to work with. Probably say number one, Clark Gable.
okay,
Al Pacino, obviously,
Heavy hitter,
Scarface.
man.
Love to be. I'd love to do a movie like that.
That would be cool, man.
De
And
Niro.
I can see it.
Yeah, De Niro, DiCaprio, and number five would be number five. I don't know, probably like Marilyn Monroe or something.
That'd be cool. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
She was the
yeah,
face of like movies and like just the face of everything for a long time. Like it was way before my time, but as I got older, I'm like, yeah, Marilyn Monroe, she was more than just the movies, more than just magazine. She was like a collective of everything great, man, at that time. So that definitely dope.
yeah. I mean, movies from that era. Movies from the classic movies from like the 40s and 50s. People had more patience. Everything now is so fast paced. A lot of people now watch an old 40 or 50s movie and be like, yeah, it's boring, but like
Right.
there's not enough, special effects or, whatever. But like
It's black and
when you
white.
actually
Like,
diagnose, yeah, when you actually diagnose the acting and you diagnose the filming of it and the sets and actually the work that went into that, it was like, it's just a better era of the entertainment industry.
absolutely. I agree. I agree for sure. I know I was doing a little info digging on you and trying to find stuff. I see you have a upcoming pre-workout supplement line. So
Yeah, actually, I
can
was
you tell
working
a
with
little bit
Rome on
about that?
that. Yeah, so I'm really into fitness and stuff. I got into fitness after my car accident. Actually, I was going through rehab, relearning how to walk again and stuff, and
Right.
started working out and started doing rehab and learning how to lift weights and learning how to eat right. Because I never really cared about I was always that kid in gym class to be
Mhm.
back behind the bleachers, like smoking weed with the skaters and stuff. I was never the kid that would like be like
Participate
working out, like the jocks, yeah, jocks working out, pushing weights. So
for
I was
sure.
like, I started working out and I started falling in love with it and I started seeing results. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm doing a pre-workout actually called Beast Juice, the Beast Juice.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Rome, who helped me shoot that music video, not music video, commercial that I did
For
for
sure.
it, which I haven't released yet because I have to patent the name.
Correct.
So
You
once
gotta
I
have it
patent the
right.
actual
Gotta be
Beast Juice
legally
name,
right. For sure.
yeah. So once I got that, then I'm gonna put out that commercial. And
It's
I'm
about to
probably
it's
gonna
gonna
do a
blow up,
reshoot
man.
too.
That's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
So
it's a great face to it too as well, man. It's like, you already fit, you already work out regularly. So it's like, why not promote something that I'm already doing? So
yeah,
that's cool to
and I'd
see.
love to get bigger. I'd love to get bigger in the fitness industry too.
Yeah,
And a lot of guys that do that, these guys that have you see some of these like pros that do like the Arnold Classic that are like have like 20 million followers, and you're like, how
right.
does this person? How does this person have 20 million followers? Like, and
Hey,
it's the fitness industry is huge, man. It's like it's really big now. And
for
so
sure. Yeah, that's cool, man.
yeah,
That's cool to see. It's great to promote it too, man. It's like in a time that we're in right now, not saying COVID was a great time like the 2020, but as we're moving forward and in the years, it's like health is way more important now because people are either like switching to vegetarian, vegan, getting in the gym more, like following that routine more. And it's like it just seems like everybody's starting to finally get an ear for it. And it's like, okay, now I see why health is so important, for
yeah.
sure.
It's a different era. You look at like the '90s. Back then, it wasn't like about working out and being big. It was like
Right.
being like the skater. It was like the grunge era, and or being like the hip hop era, and nobody was really like focused on like health or working out. It was like kind of like, but it's like it's gotten so big in this era, or just to be physically fit and even be physically healthy, as you said, like with COVID and all this stuff going on.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
want you got to be healthy now because it's like lots of people are dying. So
Oh, for sure, man. And my brother makes sea moss. I don't know if you ever heard of, but he actually makes it at home where it's like so many health benefits to it where you know, 92 out of 102 minerals our body need is in sea moss that he makes. So it's pretty
Oh
it's
wow.
pretty beneficial, man, when it comes to things like that. And when I like I said, I don't know if you ever heard of sea moss. It's all one word, but super great. It's almost like a gel in a way. You can put it in teas, coffees, smoothie, whatever you prefer to eat or drink, and take it once a
Wow.
day, a tablespoon of it, and it gets the job done, man. I'm 30, I'm 34,
Wow.
and I feel like I'm 21, man. So
Really? Tell your
I
brother
wait.
to hook me up with a sample. I want to try
Hey, shout out to that,
that.
man, for sure. Definitely, man.
Yeah.
It's something that's he's been doing for like 2-3 years, and it's one of those things where as he said it to me, I knew it was a go, because it's like, not only are you my brother, but it's a health thing. So
Mhm.
why not get healthy and promote some more stuff like that? So people need to
Yeah.
hear about it. If they haven't heard about CMOS, it's definitely a good product for sure.
CMOS. That's all
CMOS.
right. Big brother
Def-
sent me a sample. I'm down. I'm gonna
Oh, for
try
sure, man. I can get that. I
that.
can get that going for you. I got you. Know you've done the Great Bambino video, and I've spoke on it with Indy as well. Shout out to Indy. I love the video, man. The concept of it, it just like matches the song, and you with the jersey on, and just being on the baseball field, and you know, stuff like that, where it brings back all those memories of when you were a kid, man. How did something like that come about, man? I know Rome was a big part in that as well, but how did that situation come about, man?
Yeah, so I met Rome at a signing we did. We did a signing in Oklahoma, and I met
Yes.
Rome out there, and he was doing his thing.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'm a videographer, and I do. He was like a big fan of Boy Meets World, so it was like, oh, I loved you in Boy Meets World, and I always get Sandlot, so I never really get. I get Boy Meets World here and there, but like, you
Sandlot
I
is
go,
the
oh,
one.
you me from Boy Meets World? He goes, yeah, and I go, okay, cool, man. He's like, yeah, if you want to ever, do like shoot a video or anything like that, I do that stuff. I'm like, all right. So I hit him up and let him know that I'm down. We kind of did this FaceTiming thing, and I
Mhm.
said I'm kind of down to do a commercial for my supplement line. I'm bringing out my artist, Indy, who I've been working with, and I was like, all right, cool. I never met Indy before,
Nice.
and I picked them up at the airport, and that day that we actually shot that Bambino music video was
Uh-huh.
a long ass day because sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on this station,
You can say whatever, however you want to talk, man, for sure.
uh, so yeah, so like basically we shot my commercial, and the same day we shot that Bambino video, like all in one
Wow.
day. So it was like a long, like we started like 8 in the morning, and we didn't finish till like late at night, like almost like 10, 11. It was like about 10 or 11 at night.
Okay.
But yeah, we
Oh,
just,
yes,
I
sir.
gave Rome my idea of what I wanted to do,
Mhm.
kind of like a flashback piece. And it came out really good. He put it together really well. I mean, it was edited really well. So it was really, and then I met Indy, and I was listening to his music, and I was like, oh, this dude's pretty dope. This guy's, you know, he's got like that Kid Cudi vibe, which I like.
Man,
Uh,
yeah,
and he's a talented kid, and I think he'll go far in the business. And you just got to keep it up, and not and believe in yourself, and he does. So
absolutely. Yep, and he
wish
has
the
a
best for him, and I
he has a great team behind him as well, man, that believe in him just as much, if not more. So it's dope to see, man. It was crazy because I watched that video like 2-3 days ago, just like scrolling through my bar report stuff, and
mhm.
that video popped up, and it's like it doesn't get old, man. It's just like it's nostalgia almost, man. Like to just have it pop up, and it's like, man, this is I could remember it in the 90s, being a 90s kid, man, just knowing like the Sandlot. And then this comes into fruition almost 30 years later. So it's like it's cool to see it come
Mhm.
full circle. For sure, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It was. I gave him the idea to shoot through the fence when there's a scene where we're shooting through the fence,
Uh-huh.
and me and Indy are sitting on the bleachers. I gave him that idea to shoot through the fence, and he was like, "Oh shit, this works." But
Shout out to that, man. Hey, you're
yeah,
not just the actor, you got an eye for what you want as well with behind the lens. So it's dope.
yeah,
Cool to see, man. Cool,
yeah,
cool.
man.
Is there any type of advice you would give to any upcoming actors or people that want to pursue your career? Like, What would you say?
Man, I mean, it's so much different now than when I was in it when I was a kid. You have so many different forms of media now. You have streaming services, you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have, I mean, it's crazy amount of media, like back in my day when I started in this, it was TV and movie. That was it. It was
That's
like,
all we had.
you know, yeah, that's all we had. And there was a different, there's a different demographic, like kind of like if you were like a child star that made it into something big, you
Hmm.
would see the same kids at every audition. And like,
True.
my mom would take me to auditions after Sandlot, and I would see the same kids that I had auditioned with before, like at this role or that role. But now it's just like it's so flooded, and I would just tell people, find your niche, um, find a good agent. Um, I mean, nowadays you can even submit yourself for things through the internet. I
Sure.
mean, you could submit yourself for like Actors Access, LA Casting. You can actually go on those sites and you could put your profile and submit yourself. So it's just it's crazy, but I would just say believe in yourself and even I mean in all honesty, these people doing these YouTube videos, man, they're making some of them making more than people like
Oh,
in the
yeah.
entertainment industry.
Yeah. Doing just simple
It's
stuff
like
like if we would have had this stuff back then, it's like, man, what would the 90s
yeah,
and like, it was like not to the early 2000s when we got like the internet and like the websites and stuff, going like that. But man, if you could only imagine, we had, like you said, we had TV, and the internet was coming up, but that was about it, man. We had the
yeah.
VCRs and stuff like to watch stuff on, but now it's like you do one of these and go straight to your phone and
Mhm.
create something, and it might go viral, and you might be one of those for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you got a YouTube channel or something, you got a couple million viewers, you could be making more money than an actual actor. Cause like
Yep.
nowadays it's like it doesn't pay what it used to. Like, if you get a job and stuff. Cause I've shot some national, like I shot like a national Old Spice commercial,
Hmm.
executive spray tan parties. It's actually on YouTube. Got
Wow.
6 million
Go check
hits.
it
I play like one of the Guido guys, kind of Jersey
out.
Shores guy.
Yeah.
Um, but that thing, I didn't, I got paid, but not like I would have got paid in the '90s for like that kind of media coverage,
For
because it was on
sure.
TV, it was on the internet. They had made a website about it.
Hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, going back to the advice for kids, it's just like just believe in yourself, and just like Indy, he believes in himself.
Hmm.
He believes that his music is up there with the greatest, and you gotta, even if nobody else believes in you, you gotta believe in yourself, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great advice. Great advice for sure. Upcoming things you're working on this year, man. If anything right now, within the next couple months, whenever you're working on something, man. What do you got going on?
I got a movie I got a movie that hasn't been shot yet, but it's called Do Justice. Probably shooting it later this year.
Nice.
Have a little part in that, and shooting that with Tara Reid. And as I said, my supplement line, the Beast Juice, I'm gonna have that come out this year,
Nice.
and probably release the video that Rome shot with that video, and my documentary. You can check that out. That's on the Peacock channel.
Nice.
I could send you a link. I'm not quite sure how to get there, but it's on the Peacock channel. It's called Beyond the Roll. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like it's a really good documentary of my life, the things I've been through, and it's a good documentary for anybody that needs motivation, like that's someone that's been through a lot of stuff and felt like, man, I don't think I can go on anymore. I feel like giving up. Like it will motivate you.
For sure.
That's why I made it. There's a lot of people out there that are struggling right now. People lost their jobs because of COVID. So I
Man.
think when I talked to the director of this for NBC,
Hmm.
I was like, I think around Christmas time is the best time for this to come out. There's a lot of people, even at that time, may have lost a loved one or
Yeah.
not had family to be around, because I know I've been in that situation.
For
So
sure.
yeah, Beyond the Roll, yeah, yeah. It's on the Peacock streaming network, and NBC LX. But I'll shoot you a link to it. I'll
For
shoot
sure.
Rome a link. I'll pass it on to you.
And I've had the pleasure of seeing it, man. I've seen it for sure. But for everybody else, man, that haven't, definitely, man. Shout out to Peacock for putting that together, because like I said, man, you're not only um doing things back in the 90s, you've had longevity to where almost 30 years later, you're still doing something that's motivational and could be beneficial to somebody else that, might need that help with it might be health wise with the supplement you have coming out. It might be acting stuff. So you got lanes you're filling, man, and it's much appreciated for sure, man.
Yeah, man. It's got the bug. I can't get rid of it, man. 30
Hey,
years, almost 3 decades in this game, and
yeah,
that that's the thing about it. I think that's something that every actor dreams about is longevity in
yeah,
your field. Um, but Sandlot, man, it's just like carried me through space and time. Like to go out, and even like last year we did a stadium in Tennessee, and 20,000 people showed up to this like AA stadium.
man.
People were like waiting, literally waiting from like 5 in the morning, like flying in from different countries, driving from different parts of the United States to Tennessee because they heard that we were going to be there.
See, and was it the
And
whole was it
the
the whole
line just
crew?
wouldn't stop.
Was it the whole
It
crew?
was
Sandlot?
it was almost all of us. It was
Okay,
almost all. It was all of us except like Pat Rennan, who played Ham,
okay,
and of course Mike Vita, who played Benny the Jet, who doesn't really do signings with us.
okay.
But it was everybody else.
Got you. That's dope, man. That's dope to see. Like, just, man, like I said, I just keep thinking about Sandlot, and it's like, man, to be a kid and to understand that movie and to see how great it was from then till now. It's always gonna be one of my favorites, man, for sure. Top 5 easily, easily.
Thank you, bro.
Not just
Appreciate that.
baseball, movies. Top 5 easily movies. So
I appreciate that, man.
definitely.
People always ask me like, do you think Sandlot's a movie about baseball? I said, no, Sandlot's a movie about friendship. Sandlot's
Absolutely.
a movie about being accepted. Sandlot's a movie about, it was a movie before its time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It was a
sir.
movie that 9 kids that normally wouldn't hang out, baseball brought us together, and we became a team. We became friends, and we defeated all these obstacles because of our friendship.
Of
So
course.
that's really what Sandlot's about, in my opinion.
Of course. Dope way to put it, because that's how I see it as well. It's deeper than just baseball, for sure. For sure. Like I always do, man, on this show, I always love to give flowers while they're due. Appreciate you once again, man, for even getting on the show. But before you go, just let everybody know, man, where they can find you. It could be a social tag, it could be, anything where they can find more information about Marty York if they already don't know about. So
Yeah, so Instagram Marty_York, Facebook Marty York, Twitter, which I don't really go on, Real Marty York. I don't even know how to work Twitter, to be honest. I don't understand the point of it. There's too many social media things. What else is there? How many other social media things is there? I'm on TikTok now.
TikTok.
I got involved
Okay.
in that. No one's really following me though, because I didn't let anybody know, because I was like, I don't know what to do on this thing.
Dude, I got one because my son was using it. I have a 13-year-old, and like we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and he was like, "Dad, do this TikTok," and I'm like, "What is TikTok? What?" And he put it up. Even when he put it on my phone, I couldn't understand it. And to this day, I'm like, I see more of it being used, but nope.
I mean, some of the stuff I'm just like, do I want to get on this? It's just like people dancing around and stuff. I'm just like, that's not really what I do. It's like I gotta get on there and post what I want, whatever.
Yeah.
If people follow me, they follow me. If they don't, they don't. I don't really care about that stuff. But
Right, for sure.
I'm on that Marty York on TikTok, and yeah, man.
Definitely.
Oh, and look for my supplement line coming out. That'll be on my Instagram. I go on Instagram more than anything. That'll be I'll do a post on that.
Definitely. Well, once again, much appreciated, man, for sure. It was a pleasure having you on. This is the Bruce Lee Bar Report once again, episode 11. Mr. Marty York, man.
Always got the high shit. Going like a
Peace out.
Smoking on it, I was blowing on it, got the flow.